Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome to some more StarCraft 2. Today it is time to play another live game for you, and this time around it is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss played on Arena. One of the worst maps that has ever come out of like StarCraft creators in general. I really don't like this map whatsoever, just because it has this really tight little choke here in the middle, and oftentimes this map in particular ends up getting a lot of cheesy games. I mean, you can quite literally, like as a Zerg player, right, you can choke this off with one spine crawler. That's how tight that choke is. Really not a big fan of this map whatsoever. I do, for whatever reason, have a really good win rate on it, so I guess we're just gonna try our very best and, you know, take the victory here. So in a Protoss versus Protoss, I've noticed in this map in particular, people start flying their mothership cores across the map really quickly, and they basically try to harass the opposing mineral lines for a little while, which oftentimes works out really well because obviously players are gonna need to be, you know, getting a anti-air unit out in order to actually defend against it. So I'm probably gonna do the exact same thing in this particular video as well. Gonna try my very best though to play a macro-focused game here and not get too cheesy, Probably something like Blink Stalker Immortal, into something like that. I know there's a lot more Phoenix-based openers as well, and I gave those a try, but I don't really feel like I'm good enough for those. Like sometimes certain builds are pretty difficult. We're currently right around top 25-ish in Master League, so we're definitely not at the lowest level of play. Now we're doing quite well there, but there's still like certain strategies that I feel like are more difficult to execute than others. And oftentimes if you're not comfortable with a certain build, you may as well do something else. And in particular in Protoss versus Protoss, there seems to be, you know, a lot of like possible openers. So I'm gonna be a little bit slow on my expansion. I will be getting this eventually as well. Just want to play safe because now on this map in particular, things just get really nasty really fast. Got my Zealot underway right now. It's about to finish up here. Haven't done any scouting on my own, but I think that is alright. We're gonna scout with this very first Zealot, and I'll be getting a Mothership Core as soon as I possibly can. There we go, Mothership Core, boom, there. And as soon as I can as well, I'm gonna follow it up, probably with a Stalker, because of the fact that I, you know, literally just talked about my opponent more than likely being a nuisance here. He could obviously go ahead and block my natural, which would be kind of annoying. I want to see if I can sneak it out. Okay, did manage to get it up. It's very nice. He actually already finished his? Wow. Alright. Alrighty then. So that's something we're gonna have to keep in mind here. My opponent is gonna have a huge economy lead when it comes to that sort of stuff. By the way, I am by no means like the greatest Protoss player, still learning a lot about these matchups as well. I'm flying across right now with my Mothership Core to see if I can do maybe a little bit of a harass with that unit. And I'm also gonna be getting the robotic facility as soon as I can, because we are gonna need that. Okay. Here we go. There we go, that Mothership Core value. I like it. Okay. So here you can see, like, it does a ton of damage, right? And my opponent doesn't really have very much to, you know, do against it. I'm moving in with the Stalker right now as well. I wasn't planning on doing damage early on, but, I mean, if it works out like this, it works out like this, right? Okay, we'll move around here. He's gonna Photon Overcharge, there we go. Ooh, Photon Overcharge, there's a little more than I anticipated there. Gonna have to get out, and we'll get our very first Immortal started. Also gonna go ahead and grab the Forge, and we're gonna chrono boost out double workers whenever I can. There we go. Alright, it's very good, very good. Don't really need to scout very often right now because at this point in time my opponent isn't gonna have very much. That's gonna be scary. I mean, he could obviously go for a starport, so I may want to do a little something. I wonder if I should have gone for the Observer here first. Probably would have been the safer approach, to be fair, now I look back at it. We'll get one right now. We'll get one right now. Okay. Gonna take control of the minimap. Oh. Well. Turns out going for an Immortal first definitely does help in certain scenarios. Gonna be getting the +1 attack here. And we'll get Blink immediately as well. Okay, I want to keep on chrono boosting those two things. And we'll get the extra gases right now too. Alright, very nice. Very nice. Gotta get my second Immortal as soon as I can. Come on, Immortal! I need you right about right now. There you go. And keep on producing probably not a gas as well. I want to do a bit of a push out when these two upgrades finish up. So those would finish up roughly around the same time. They are about the same length, or like the same time it takes for them to finish up. So this should be all good. Gonna go ahead and saturate the gas immediately, and I want to like slowly poke in there because I definitely don't want to lose it. Alrighty then. Gonna be adding on my own gateways here too. Looks like my opponent did decide to go for robotics play as well. I'll move forward here with the 2. And then add on a couple more gates. So that is 4 gateways right now in total. I want to take control of this watchtower. Okay. And I guess we'll add on some more gates. Okay. +1/+1 sadly is not quite done yet. That's fine. It's fine. We should have a relatively big army here. Already got 3 Immortals, actually. This is a weird build. I'm not really doing a build that is normal, by the way. Which oftentimes actually ends up playing in my favor. Because I'm doing weird things that my opponents aren't used to. Gotta be careful, though, of, like, the potential run-bys and whatnot that your opponent can do. Okay. Gotta go for a War Prism as a follow-up here, and I guess we can do a bit of a move-out then. Alrighty. Got a couple more gateways about to finish up. Looks like my opponent actually is just about to do some harass in the main. Just rather annoying. I wanted to move out. We'll leave the Immortals here. Okay. I'll leave the Mothership Core at home then. We can go for a 3rd base as a follow-up as well. Just start moving out. My warp, or my own Warp Prism did just finish up. Gonna try and get that over there. Okay, we got a big army. Okay, that's a very good pickup. Looks like we're getting through here as well. Okay. Okay, gonna add on some extra gateways here too. And now that the photon overcharge should be gone, we can start pushing once again. Okay, very good. I'm gonna go ahead here and get another Immortal. Oh, my opponent actually does have a 3rd base as well. There's one thing to keep in mind here. Oh man. I don't know if where that War Prism went. It may very well have gone home. Okay, we're gonna kill that base. Oh no! What? No way! I did that! Oh, well, no way. I teleported in time for sure. Oh man, I was convinced about my teleportation there. Ah, dang. Protoss versus Protoss can be so brutal. Oh, that sucks. Ah, we were really far ahead, I felt like, up to that very point there. Wow. Sadly, I didn't get the kill there on his 3rd base either. And we're gonna be stuck without the, without the units now. And he's got a ton of kills on all these things. Oh, that sucks. I thought I actually used my blink in time there. But you could notice my opponent managed to do so much damage while this was all going on. And we definitely didn't get the upper hand there. So we can do some harass if we wanna. Guess we can give it a try. Oh man, that was unfortunate. I thought I blinked out of that like ball of explosion, but turns out I did not do it in time. Okay. Losing that would, like, basically be the end of the game. We can still go for a bit of a push, though, but... Oh, man. There's the Zealot Charge. Okay, we're gonna need to do some really good blinks in order to win this one. Don't think there's very much else we can do other than go for one massive all-in as like a final push. Okay. I'm a little worried here because I have no real vision anymore of the middle part of the map. Guess we're gonna start knocking down these rocks. Just go from there. I gotta warp in as many Stalkers as I can, though. Okay. Getting an Observer now that I can put in the middle. I got a lot of Immortals. With a little bit of good micro, and like splitting those up, we may very well be able to still squeeze out a victory here. Although I'm not convinced about it myself anymore, which doesn't really help. Okay. Okay. That's it. And sadly, I think my opponent just got a little bit too much. We're gonna have to run here. That was some better micro though. That micro there looked way better than what we had initially. Way better than what we had initially there, but... I mean, I lost all my expensive units. My opponent still has got most of them. And... oh man, that turned out to be... you know, the engagement we should have done earlier. Like, if we engaged like that in the previous one, I think we would have had a really good spot. I think we could have had like a really good game going. Right now it's basically all in for me. I'm gonna have to like do the sickest micro with Stalkers. And while Stalkers are good units, they're not godlike. Alright, Ian. Does he want to fight this? Does he want to fight this? I don't know. He could very well have another base out. I mean, for all I know, he's got like 5 bases at this point. We're just going for a Blink Stalker all in now. Oh man, he does have that base out. Alright, we want to get like the biggest service area we can find. Okay. So we killed that. Alright then. Here goes nothing. We got +3, +1. Almost finishing up. I'll get another Warp Prism with this because we can. We're gonna need to do the sickest micro of my life. Well, that's step 1. Ah, no! I don't want to lose! I mean, he walked into me there for a little bit, which is quite nice of him. Okay. I don't have a fort base. I can't really go ahead and expand anymore. We need to, like, take the advantage right now. Or probably die trying. Okay. Even though those traits are good, he's got way too much. And I'm afraid that after those detonations and making the initial mistake, we're gonna be forced to GG out of this one. I mean, we can make one final judgment. But Protoss versus Protoss, very difficult matchup to come back into. After losing a first engagement like that. We basically had one big explosion, and while I did have Blink off cooldown at that point, and I tried my very best to do so, it wasn't enough to take it. So we can do one final engagement as well. Just sort of like, you know, see if we can turn the tide still. I'm not convinced we can. But we can pull all of the probes. Bring those to the fight as well. And go for one final last-ditch effort here. So we need to win with this army. Come on, guys. We're leaving. Here goes nothing. This music seems appropriate to what's going on here. Here we go. Here we go. The last strike, the last battle. I mean, those probes are eating a lot of the charges. Oh, he did damage to himself just now. He's still just got way too much. So let's dance to the remaining Stalkers. And I want to thank y'all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I'll see you in the next one. Boo!